Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. Welcome to the news this morning, brought to you by me, Adam McKola, not outside Old Trafford. I haven't got a bald head. My name ain't George or Jay, but here I am bringing you the news, and we have got loads to get stuck into today. We are talking to Andreas Pereira, Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba, Tchouaméni, as well as potential sales to raise funds for a midfielder. So make sure you're keeping it locked here on Stretford Paddock. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well, because obviously without being subscribed you can't get notifications, you can't get all the things in your feed on YouTube. And what's the point in that? Because we have daily content here on Stretford Paddock. We come with the best content every single day. We did something on our set piece coach even the other day. We did another thing where Jay was behind closed doors at a friendly that no one else was supposed to be there, and it was trending on YouTube. So get hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. This is the place to be. But as I said, this is our morning news video. Normally we're outside Old Trafford. I'm not outside Old Trafford today. I am at home. But we're going to be starting with news that Andreas Pereira has completed a move to Flamengo in Brazil. Now we know he is Brazilian, and Andreas Pereira's deal is done and completed. Here we go, confirmed, said Fabrizio Romano yesterday, saying Flamengo will sign Andreas Pereira from United on loan until June 2022 and will pay part of his salary. Now, I believe when he comes back from that loan, he'll have like 6 months left on his deal. We're going to be finding it very difficult to get much of a transfer fee in for him, but you know, getting him off our wage bill is the most important thing. Manchester United have been held up in terms of bringing players in because our squad is at full capacity. We need to reduce the amount of players in our squad, the amount of players on our wage bill, to be able to bring another player in. And Andreas Pereira leaving Manchester United to head to Brazil is one of those players, partially off the wage bill as well. I wish him the best of luck. A player that I really had a lot of time for. I thought he had huge potential. I remember when him and Timothy Fosu-Mensah broke through around the same time, and I was like, wow, these two guys are the nuts. They're going to be playing in Manchester United's first team. Obviously they did play for Manchester United's first team. It didn't go as planned, but it shows you how difficult it is to cut it at Manchester United. And no matter how much potential you have, you know, if things don't quite fall for you, then, you know, you're not going to make it. But Andreas Pereira, he's got a lot of talent. Hopefully he can show that in Brazil for Flamengo. Moving on from that to another player that could be leaving Manchester United, Jesse Lingard. We now hear Jesse Lingard is now a lot more open to moving back to West Ham. People around Lingard are said to be making their feelings known. West Ham are expected to launch a bid in the coming days. Now obviously we have heard from, you know, potentially Jesse Lingard's camp that Atletico Madrid were interested, all these kind of different things. Now nothing there has come to fruition. Maybe Manchester United haven't given Jesse Lingard the assurances that he wants in terms of playing time, and then Jesse Lingard is well within his means to look elsewhere and try and get a move. I could see a move for Jesse Lingard potentially happening late in the window, because United will have a decent value of Jesse Lingard. We know how good he is. He comes from our academy. We will rate him quite highly, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will probably want to keep him in the squad. But Jesse Lingard will want to move. We'll have to do the right thing by Jesse Lingard, but we'll also have to do the right thing by the club. So negotiating hard with West Ham's the right thing to do. But ultimately the player has 1 year left in his contract. And Jesse Lingard could also be thinking, well, cool, I'll have another year at my boyhood club. I'll have this, you know, another season here. And then I can secure a free transfer next year. And I'll be pocketing a fat signing on fee as well. And players will be more attracted to these free transfers and seeing out their contracts now, you know. I can see that happening so much more in the next coming years. But Jesse Lingard to West Ham could be back on the cards. Obviously those other teams that were interested haven't really made their moves yet. Maybe the pandemic hasn't helped. Maybe they're waiting to move later on in the transfer window. But Jesse Lingard needs to know where he's going to be playing next season, and West Ham could be the place where he's at. I mean, he was happy there last year. Declan Rice maybe staying there. Maybe it's the move for Jesse. Moving on from that and to Paul Pogba. Now this story was covered the other day, and it was Manchester United to offer to make Paul Pogba their best paid player on a huge 400 grand per week deal ahead of David De Gea, but he's still not ready to sign the deal. Now, we had heard similar 2 years ago that Paul Pogba was offered to be made Manchester United's highest ever paid player. and he rejected that because trophies were what he was after. Now, we know he could go on a free, get a 700 grand per week deal because PSG could offset any transfer fee, because there isn't a transfer fee for a free player, and put it extra in wages or a signing on fee or an agent's fee or whatever for the player. So Manchester United are probably going to have to bump this deal up again once that transfer window closes, and you can understand their persistence in terms of trying to get it done before the window closes. If it was me, as you've heard before, I would start throwing around ultimatums, but I've seen what happens to me in situations and the kind of arguments I get into. But I don't want to be dealing with Raiola in January talking to different clubs and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be an absolute headache. So hopefully we can get this sorted out. I want to see Paul Pogba staying at Manchester United for the long-term future, but I don't want to be dealing with his dickhead agent and his brother doing interviews in Spain and all those kind of things from January. It's just a headache. Get the deal signed ASAP. Come on, man. We've seen how good he is. We know that he's worth the money. We know that Manchester United need to keep him in the team. Just get him signed up, for God's sake. He loves Pogba. Pogba loves him. We got a team now. I suppose if we show that we're going to be winning trophies, maybe he decides to stay. Do you know what I mean? And look, player at his age, I get it. You know, when he's come to United, as much as I hate his agent and as much as I hate the wanting to leave and all that, when he's come to United, he's probably made promises by Ed Woodward and that we're going to challenge for X, Y and Z, and we haven't. Now Paul Pogba's played his part in that, for sure, and he deserves some criticism for that, for sure. But also, he's probably been sold a few lies too by the owners and the people that run this club. So maybe he is hesitant in signing because of that. Who knows? Let's hope he gets signed anyway, because I'm sick of it. Manchester United can use player sales to fund a surprise midfield transfer, say Manchester Evening News. I mean, a surprise. We've all been crying out for a midfield signing for how long now? But apparently we could get a surprise midfield transfer by selling players. We've got a bloated squad as well and some valuable assets in that team like Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba potentially if he was to go, etc, etc. But Manchester United need to let players go because we have got a full squad, and you need to trim that squad down before you can add others to it. Andreas Pereira is probably just a start, but then who else is going to come in or leave before someone else can come in? Is Jesse Lingard one of those guys? Is he going to get his move to West Ham? I can't see that one maybe happening until later on in the window, but there you go. And moving on now to Aurelien Tchouameni. Hopefully I said his name right or nearly right. I'm terrible with names, not as bad as Jay, but I am terrible with names. And we are hearing that the man that joined Monaco 18 months ago, defensive midfielder Tchouameni, (21 years old), has been linked with Manchester United. Now, I haven't seen much of him. But I have seen loads of Man United fans wanting us to sign this kid. A young, highly rated player. Some of the fees that you're seeing quoted around 30-40 million pounds. So you're thinking that's a reasonable-ish fee for a young player. Similar price probably that you'd end up spending on Camavinga, except Tchouameni is probably a player that actually wants to make the move right now. We've heard with Camavinga that he's a little bit hesitant. Maybe he's looking at Spain, maybe he's looking at PSG, and he's not really making a he's not committing to any club at this moment in time. But Tchouameni could potentially be doing that. Tchouameni could potentially be the one for Manchester United, and we are apparently looking at him according to some reports. Now, let's see what happens with this one. But with the talk that Man United could be potentially letting Jesse Lingard go, Andreas Pereira leaving, getting the here we go. Now these links with Tchouameni, maybe we are seeing things moving in order for that midfielder to come in. Hence the build up again of rumours. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. Keep it locked to Stretford Paddock. We'll have these news videos up for you every single day, as well as loads of other content. 3-4 videos sometimes a day. We have got it covered here on Stretford Paddock. So keep it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe. For now, I've been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.